Hello, and welcome back to Windy Gardens. Today is one of those June gloom days that we get in Seattle. One minute it's raining, the next minute it's thunder, lightning, and hailstorm. The next minute it's really windy. Then all of a sudden the sun comes out and it is just as bright as can be and hot and humid. Right now it's a little bit overcast. We're kind of waiting for the next little thunderstorm or maybe just a little rainstorm to come. So I want to get this filmed and show you how to make a container for the patio before it starts getting too rainy. When you make pots and containers, you want to follow the rule of having a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. What does that mean, you think, huh? A thriller, a filler, a spiller? Sounds kind of like the Wizard of Oz. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! So a thriller is in the center of the pot, and it is the one that's going to grow up and have a tension in the middle of the pot, give you some visual stimulation as far as looking at something in the middle. A filler is what will spread out between the edge of the pot and the thriller, be nice and fluffy and whatever fills in the middle part. And then a spiller is what's going to go over the side, either cascade down the edges or have beautiful flowing flowers or whatever you choose for your thriller, filler, and spiller. Excuse me. So for our thriller, we chose coleus. This is a French quarter coleus. It's gotten caught in the rain a couple times, so we'll just take off some of these old leaves, but it is gorgeous. The lime green, the red, the pinks, just beautiful. For our fillers, we've got Calibrachoa, which will also become a spiller, but it will fill up in between the middle of the pot and then come over the edge in a cascading flower. These are just beautiful. They're called million bells. They're totally non-care. You just don't need any care at all. You just give them water all summer and they bloom. Then we have what is a marguerite or a sweet potato vine that is this beautiful green color against the coleus. I mean, look at that contrast. It's going to be a beautiful contrast. And then for fun and for more spills, we have Cascadia super cascading purple petunias. These will bloom all summer also. So I'll get to putting the pot together and show you how to do it in the next scene. Okay, we're back. So this is the pot that we're going to plant for our friend, and it has optional handles on it. So the handles will go into these holes if she wants to hang the pot, or if she doesn't want to, you can just discard these or whatever you want to do with them, and it could be on a tabletop or it can be on the patio itself. I'm putting my gloves on because I find myself going through the yard. We have 3 acres out here. Going through the yard and stopping to pull a weed, and then 10 minutes later I'm still pulling weeds and my hands are filthy and I should have gotten gloves. So anyway, here are my gloves. So we talked about thrillers, fillers, and spillers. This is going to be our thriller, that's our coleus. These are going to be our fillers and spillers, that's our Calibrachoa. And then we'll have this alternating with that will also be kind of a spiller, but the colors are just going to be magnificent when it all spills over the edge of the pot. And maybe we'll put a little bit of alyssum in, a little bit of alyssum perhaps, put that in, but we've got a lot of planting to do. So you see how deep these little planters are? They're not very deep at all. So you want to be sure that the top of this plant ends up in the pot at the same height that it was in the plant. So we'll take the tags out, dig in, take him carefully out of his little pot, squeeze it, and it will take the plastic away from the pot, from the dirt, and release it, and then you just put him in. So there's our first plant. Easy enough, huh? We'll take a marguerite or potato vine. Once again, take the tag out, squeeze it so we can loosen up the dirt. See the roots? Isn't that kind of fun to watch? Then we'll make a hole for this. And plant him at the same height that he was in the little pot. So then we have the Calibrachoa, which is the million bells. These are so pretty. and they will just bloom all summer long without, I don't think she'll even have to prune them or anything. So you squeeze the plastic to get it out. There's the plant. Needs some water even though it's been raining so much. And then make a spot for him. You want to crowd these a little bit so that they know where they can grow, and when they grow, they really have a ton of show for you. So you stick him in there. See how this pot is coming together? Isn't that beautiful? All right, so we can do another Calibrachoa, and then we'll put some petunias in between. There's the Calibrachoa. Squeeze that plastic to get that plant out safely. We'll put him maybe a third over here. Might have too much soil in here, huh? Never too much potting soil. There you go. So the petunias are a little smaller. Their roots are a little smaller pots. So you can get a couple of these in, and this is going to be gorgeous. You want to, with this kind of planter, you want to squish from the bottom. See that? You're squishing from the bottom, and it gets that petunia out. Take it carefully, very carefully. We'll put him in here. My neighbor is mowing his lawn, of course, as soon as I started talking to you. I think he mows his lawn every day. And then we'll put one more petunia over here, and I think this pot is pretty done. What do you think? You like it? We'll stick it over here. We'll water it. We'll take it over for her birthday present, and voila! What do you think? That'll really fill out nicely. We could put a petunia there too if we wanted to. Maybe not. There you go. That's the first pot. We're going to do two. So remember we talked about thrillers, fillers, and spillers. Once again, the coleus will be our thriller. It's going to be right in the middle of the pot. The Calibrachoa, or million bells, will be around the pot, and the marguerite will be alternating along with the petunias like we did the first pot. So it'll be all the same, and she'll have twins. She can have them in front of her front door, she can put them on the patio, but she'll love them. So we start with the coleus. We can remove the tags out of it. You want to squeeze the plastic to get that plant out of there. Look how dry that is, even though it's been raining. And you want the top of the plant in the planter to be the same height that it was in the pot. Say that again. You want it to be the same height when you get done with it that it was in the little pot. So the top of the soil is the same as the top of the soil used to be. That makes sense. Here's our little marguerite. Isn't that beautiful? Little potato vine. And these things will just spread and they will cascade over the edges. I just love these things. I plant them every year. Be sure to squeeze the plastic, get that out of there, and then we'll stick him in on the side. So he's kind of a spiller and a filler. He'll be on the side coming over the edge with that beautiful, beautiful color. There we go. And then we've got the Calibrachoa. Two of these. This is million bells, don't forget. And they come in all colors. I think I've got, I'll show you in a bit. I've got some over there that are pink with yellow, and then just a white pink, and then a white in my other pots that I have. So we'll stick him right next to the, well, maybe space. We'll do a third. A third of the potato vine, a third of the Calibrachoa, and a third way around will be the other Calibrachoa. Then we'll fill in with the petunia. Sound good? Sounds good. All right, there we go. So there's the potato vine. He's happy. There's the coleus. There's the Calibrachoa. One more of those. Squish him in. And the petunias, these little starter packs, once again, see how small their roots are, or they're small their containers are that they're planted in. So just squeeze from the bottom, release the plant. He's not going to take a lot of space, right? So we'll stick him in where we have room. You want to give him some more room, huh? It's a good thing I've got gloves on. That's so funny. And then maybe one more petunia over here. Make sure everybody's all squished in there. And there we have it. So these pots, once again, the handles, you can hang them or you can leave them on the table. They're kind of twins. The two pots, they're just beautiful. Made a mess, no big deal. I think she will love those for her birthday. What do you guys think? Okay, so here are the finished pots. I'm going to carry the camera so you can see them. I did put a piece of alyssum in them, a little bit of alyssum. It smells so good, it's so pretty. But what do you think? Those pots should be just perfect for her. Kind of a green. There you go, there's panning out.